Hi students, good morning and welcome to the new episode of our English class. In the previous class we discussed about a poem and the title of the poem is The Closed Line. What is the title of the poem? The Closed Line. And in this poem there describes a closed line. Closed line, what do you mean by closed line? After washing clothes, we put the clothes into a closed line or a rope. A rope where we put the clothes to dry. That is closed line. And here in page number 7 there is a picture of a handkerchief. This is the picture of a handkerchief, and I told you to draw beautiful pictures, flowers or plants or anything else, your cartoon characters or anything, your favorite star or anything you can draw in this picture in this handkerchief and make it a beautiful one and send it to me in the WhatsApp. Okay, I hope all of you have done this, and today your pictures will come to me. Okay, I'll read the first and second stanzas, and in the previous class we studied these two stanzas, and I hope all of you know how to read this poem. Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither, to and fro, flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as light as snow. Okay, here the handkerchief or the clothes that were hang on a closed line is described. The clothes after washing that were hanged, wet clothes were hanged in a closed line for drying. Here what was the things put in the closed line? Some of the clothes were put in the closed line. And what are they looking like? They are looking like dancing. These clothes were dancing. When there is some wind or breeze, these clothes look dancing to and fro, towards and backwards. To and fro means towards and backwards. To and fro is a usage. Towards and backwards. To and fro. F-R-O. To and fro means towards and backwards. And hither and thither. Here and there. Here and there means it is fluttering here and there. And to and fro. The clothes that were hung on a closed line is dancing to and fro and here and there. Hand in hand they dance in a row. Hither and thither. To and fro. Flip, flap, flop, and away they go. Whenever we flip the dress, the washed dress, water will came out of that. Like that, it is flipping, flapping and flopping. It is flipping, flapping and flopping. And away they go. They are going here and there, to and fro, here and there. These clothes are going here and there. Like restive horses, they caper and prance. These clothes in the cloth line is described as restive horses. Restive horses means restless. Restive means restless. R-E-S-T-I-V-E, restive. R-E-S-T-I-V-E, restive means restless. Yes. So children are there, naughty children are there. If we ask them to sit in one place, they are not sitting. They are moving up and down. They are moving here and there. They are standing, then sitting, then turning backward, looking front, and they are doing some activities every time. Like that, here the clothes that were hung on a clock line is always dancing to and fro, hither and thither, and they are like the poet described the clothes like restive horses, restless horses, active horses. They are always in a working condition. They are always in a moving condition. They are always in a moving condition. Like restive horses, they caper and prance. Caper and prance means dance in a playful way. Dance in a playful way. Move and dance very playfully. That is caper and dance. They are dancing. They are raising their hands. They are dancing. One side of the cloth is coming upward. Then the middle portion is coming upward. Then there is a hollow space at the backward. Like that, the clothes are dancing. like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Sometimes they dance very gracefully. When the wind becomes strong, when it is a heavy wind, what will happen? It will dance like a fairy tale witch. Fairy tale witch. It dances like a fairy tale which sometimes it dances wildly. Wildly means so fastly, strongly. It dances like a strongly. When there is heavy wind, it dances like a strong wind. It dances like a white. Dance wildly like a fairy tale witches. Rounded in front but hollow behind. Rounded in front. That means the middle part of the cloth came to the front portion, rounded in front, and then there will be a hollow space at the back. That is the nature of the fairy tale witches. They shiver and skip in the merry March wind. In the merry March wind, what did they do? These claws shiver and skip. These claws shiver and skip. They shiver and skip in the merry March wind. One I saw dancing excitedly. One cloth. The poet is listening to the cloths that were hung on a cloth line, and one cloth, one particular cloth from that is what is doing? Dancing very excitedly, dancing very anxiously. That cloth is one dancing very excitedly, struggling so wildly. It is struggling to free itself from the cloth line. It has pegs on it. Pegs means clips, cloth clips. The cloths were hang on the cloth line by putting some pegs on either side of the cloth. But one cloth is so struggling, it is struggling so wildly to free itself from the cloth pegs. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Till she was free. When she became free, she is not dancing so wildly. At that time, to that time, that is struggling so wildly till she was free, then leaving pegs and clothesline behind her. The clothesline and the pegs were behind her. Now she is freed itself, and she freed herself from the cloth line. Leaving pegs and cloths behind her, she flew like a bird. What did the cloth do? That cloth flew like a bird. Flew. The word is flew. F-L-E-W. Flew. Flew means the past tense of fly. Fly. Flew. Flew. F-L-E-W. Flew is the past tense of fly. The cloth fly away from there. The cloth that freed herself from the cloth line and the pegs, it leave behind her the cloth line and the pegs, and it fly freely like a bird. The cloth fly freely like a bird, and no one could find her. I saw that the cloth was struggling so wildly to free itself from the cloth line and the pegs, and at last it win and it freed itself from the cloth line. And what happened then? Then she flew like a free bird. Then she flew like a free bird, and after some time nobody could find her. There is no evidence of her. Nobody could find her anywhere near the cloth line. Okay, let us start today's class. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun. I saw her gleam. Gleam means, what is the meaning of gleam? Twinkling, glittering. I saw her gleam with happiness. When she free herself, gleam. G-L-E-A-M. I saw her gleam. Gleam means tingling with happiness, glittering with happiness. That means she tried so hard to set her free, and after she became free, her face gleamed. That means with happiness, with a lot of happiness, her face gleamed. Her face was tingling. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun. Like a sail. Sail means a ship. Like a ship in the sun, it is gleaming. Like a sail in the ship, she was gleaming. Who was referred as the she here? She, the cloth that let itself free from the clothesline is referred as she here. Okay, flipping and flapping and flopping for sun. She is flying towards the sun. What is she doing? The cloth is free. The cloth freed herself from the clothesline, and she leave behind her the clothesline and the pegs, and she is now flying like a free bird, and she is going towards the sun. She is going towards the sun. How does she go? She is flipping, flapping and flopping. She is flipping, flapping and flopping. The three words. Flipping, F-L-I-P-P-I-N-G. Flipping, then flapping, F-L-A-P-P-I-N-G. Flapping, and next word is flopping, F-L-O-P-P-I-N-G. It is the move. These are the movements of the cloth. These are the movements of the cloth that feed itself from the cloth line. Okay, which are the movements? Flipping, flapping, and flopping. These are the movements of the cloth that feed itself from the cloth line. It flipped, flapped, and flopped towards the sun. It is going towards the sun. It is approaching the sky. Nobody knows where she now could be. Nobody knows where is she now. That means nobody could find her anywhere. Nobody could find her anywhere. It flew away, flew away, flew away. It flipping, flapping and flopping. It fly towards the sun. It fly towards the sun. Nobody knows where she now could be. Hidden a ditch. Hidden a ditch. Ditch means split. Ditch. D-I-T-C-H. D-I-T-C-H. Ditch means spit. Spit in the ground. Hid in a pit. Nobody knows where is she. Maybe she hid in a hide. Hid. Past tense. Hide. Past tense. Hide. The verb of past tense hid. H-I-D. H-I-D. Hide. H-I-D. Hid. Past tense of hide. Okay. Then either she is hiding in a ditch. Ditch means pit. Either he is hiding hidden in a ditch or drowned in the sea. She may be drowned in the sea. Drowned means sink in the water. Sink in the underground water. Drowned. D-R-O-W-N-E-D. Drowned. D-R-O-W-N-E-D. Drowned. D-R-O-W-N-E-D. Drowned. Either she may be ditch in a. She may be hid in a ditch or she may be drowned in the sea. There is no sign of her anywhere. Nobody could find her anywhere. Either she may be put in a ditch or hide in a ditch, or she may be drowned in the sea. Okay, let us look at the stanza once again. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for sun. Nobody knows where she now could be, hidden in a ditch or drowned in the sea. Okay, I'll read it once again. You please listen. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. It is flipping and flapping and flopping for sun. Flipping and flapping and flopping for sun. Nobody knows where she now could be. Nobody knows where is she now. Nobody knows where is she now. And hid in a ditch. Either she may be hiding in a ditch, or she may be drowned in the sea, or she may be drowned in the sea. Okay. Look at the new words on this stanza. To and fro. T-O-2-A-N-D and fro. To and fro means towards and backwards. To and fro means towards and backwards. Then rusty. R-A-S-T-I-D-E. Rusty. Rusty means restless. Next word, fairy tale. Which fairy tale means angelic stories. Wicked angels are called fairies. Fairy tale. Wicked angels are called witches. W-I-T-C-H. Fairy tale witch. Then flew. The past tense of fly. Flew. Then gleam. Gleam means twinkling, sparkling, twinkling, gleam. G-L-E-A-M. Sparkling with happiness. Next word, ditch. D-I-T-C-H. Next, ditch means pit. P-I-T. Next word, drowned. D-R-O-W-N-E. Drowned means sand in the sea. Sand in the sea. Sand in water. Drowned. V-R-O-W-N-A-D. And the verb is fly and the past tense of fly is flew. The past tense of hide is hid. That we studied in this chapter. Hide, past tense, hid. Past tense of hide is hid. Then fly, flew. These are the root words and these are the past tense. You write down these words in your text itself. Okay, don't write it in a notebook. Hide, past tense, hid. Then fly, past tense, flew. Okay, these are the movements made by the cloth. What are the movements made by the cloth? Flipping, flapping, and flopping. Flipping, flapping, and flopping. Okay, let us move on to the next paragraph. Next answer. I'll read that stanza once again. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now could be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. Okay. She was way my handkerchief not long ago. Which cloth was that? That was a handkerchief. Spelling of handkerchief. Handkerchief. That was my handkerchief. It was my handkerchief. K-E-R. Which cloth tried to was struggling to free itself from the cloth line? That was my handkerchief. Which cloth? That was my handkerchief. The poet's handkerchief freed itself from the cloth line and flew like a bird and it flew towards the sun. Okay. It was my handkerchief not long ago. That means I used it recently. In the last few days. I used it in the last few days and today only I washed it and hang it on the cloth line for drying. Okay. It was my handkerchief not long ago. It was my handkerchief not long ago. But she will never come back to my pocket. I know very well that she will never come back to my pocket. Pocket. P-O-C-K-E-T. This stands as pocket. P-O-C-K-E-T. Pocket. I know very well that it will never come back to my pocket. My pocket will be empty. That handkerchief did not fill my pocket again. Why? The handkerchief had gone away somewhere. The handkerchief had gone away, flown away somewhere, and it will never return to me. It will not fill my pocket anymore. Okay, I will read that once again. It was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to me. She will never come back to my pocket, I know. Okay, this is the poem. This is the end of this poem, and in this poem we discussed about a cloth line and why do we use a cloth line and the cloths were looking like what and what are the movements of the cloths, etc., etc. And I will say it once again the summary. At the beginning of the poem we find that some cloths are hung on some cloths were hung on a cloth line. Why do we hang cloths on a cloth line? After washing, the cloths will be very wet and so we want to dry it. We want to dry the cloths. For that purpose, we hang the cloths on a cloth line. And the movement of the cloth in a small wind, in a light wind is very pleasant to look. It is dancing gracefully. It is dancing gracefully, hand in hand. They joined their hand in hand and they are dancing gracefully. It is very interesting. I am very interested to look at the cloth dancing. It is dancing to and fro, here and there, and it is flapping, flipping and flopping. Okay. But when the wind became stronger, that means when the wind is very heavy, what will happen? It is dancing wildly like a fairy tale witch. It is dancing wildly like a fairy tale witch. And after some day, the middle of the cloth came rounding forward and there is a black hollow space at the backward. And after some time, the cloth is dancing wildly, and the poet noticed only just one piece of cloth. And what is it doing? She is struggling strongly. The cloths were pegged in the cloth line. P-E-G-E-G-E-D. Pegged means hooked or clipped. The cloth clips are called pegs. The cloths are clipped in the cloth line, and the one cloth is struggling wildly to free itself from the cloth line. Okay, after struggling for a long time, that piece of cloth set free itself, set free herself, and what will she do? She is now leaving behind her the cloth line and the pegs. She is now flying towards the sun. She is flying like a free bird. She is flying like a free bird, and she is flying towards the sun. Then there was a happiness in her face, and nobody, after some time it disappears. It disappears or vanished away from there. Nobody could find her anywhere. Nobody could find her anywhere. It may be either hid in a ditch. Ditch means pit. It may be either hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea water, or drowned in the sea water. Sank in the deep water is called drowning. D-R-O-W-N-I-N-G. Drowning. It may be drowned in the sea. Or the poet is now saying, it was my handkerchief not long ago. What piece of cloth was flying away from there? It was a handkerchief. I used it recently. And it was my handkerchief that had flown away from here. It was my handkerchief that had flown away from here. And I am very sure that, it will never come back to me again. It will never come back to me. It will not fill my pocket again. It will not fill my pocket again. Okay, this is the end of this poem, and I will read it from the very beginning. You please listen carefully, page number 8. Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither, to and fro, flip flap flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Like restive horses they caper and prance, like fairy tale witches they wildly dance, rounded in front but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry march wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free, then leaving pegs and claws lying behind her, she flew like a bird and no one could find her. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now could be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket. I know she will never come back to my pocket. I know. Okay. This is the end of this poem, and the most important thing is text reading. I hope all of you enjoyed this poem very much, and you will read it 4 or 5 times. And the last time when you read it fluently, you take an audio of that and send it to me in the WhatsApp along with your copies. Okay, I hope all you have got very well marks in your exams, and you will get the progress report recently. Okay, let us read it once again. You please listen to the text. I am reading it many times because I want to make you read the text very simply, fluently. Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither, to and fro, flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Like restive horses they caper and prance, like fairy tale witches they wildly dance, rounded in front but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry march wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free, then leaving pegs and claws lying behind her, she flew like a bird and no one could find her. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun, but nobody knows where she now could be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket, I know. Okay, and I will say the tough words from the last stanza once again. There is only 2 words, handkerchief, spelling H-A-N-D-K-E-R-C-H-I-E-F. H-A-N-D-K-E-R-C-H-I-E-F. Okay, next word pocket. P-O-C-K-E-T. This word is not pocket. It It is pronounced as pocket. It is pocket. P-O-C-K-E-T. P-O-C-K-E-T. Pocket. P-O-C-K-E-T. Let us have a look at the vocabulary ladder. Some meanings are given there. First one, restive. The meanings R-E-S-T-I-V-E. What is the meaning of restive? Restless. Restless. R-E-S-T-L-E-S-S. Restless. The clothes that were dancing in the clothes line are referred to as restive horses. They are compared to restive horses, restless horses that is moving all the time. All the time they were doing something like that. The clocks that were hung on the clock line were moving upward, frontward, thither, and they were always moving. So it is referred or compared to the restless horses. Next word, caper and prance. It is a new word for you. Caper and prance. C-A-P-E-R. Caper and prance. P-R-A-N-C-E. Prance. Caper and prance. What is the meaning of caper and prance? Move and dance playfully. Move and dance playfully. Move, M-O-V-E. Move and dance playfully. Move and dance. D-A-N-C-E. Dance playfully. P-L-A-Y. F-U-L-L-Y. Move and dance playfully. What is the word? Caper and prance. Means move and dance playfully. Some children have the habit of moving and dancing playfully. That is described as caper and prance. Caper and prance. Caper and prance. C-A-P-E-R. Caper and prance. Next word, pegs. P-E-G-S. Pegs. P-E-G-S. Pegs. What is the meaning of pegs? Pegs means here clips used to hold clothes on a line. Clips used to hold H-O-L-D, hold clothes, C-L-O-T-H-E-S, clothes on a cloth line, on a cloth line, C-L-O-T-H-E-L-I-N-E, cloth line, on a cloth, on a line. On a line, clips used to hold cloths on a line, that is called the cloths. Pegs, P-E-G-S. Okay, you should be familiar with all the words and their meanings. All the words were explained while I am teaching the text, and you should watch the video once again 1 or 2 times. If there is no loss in it, 1 or 2. If you have enough time, you can watch it many times, and at least you should watch 1 time. Then write down the tough words that was written in the blackboard and their meanings in your rough book, and then you study that words and their meanings. Wish you all the best for your studies, and let us wind up today's class and continue in the next class. The works and comprehension from this poem will be taught in the next class. Okay, thank you.